you ever stood on the deck of a cruise ship and wondered how something so massive, luxurious, and self-contained can float? These floating cities are engineering marvels, carrying thousands of people across oceans with ease. But behind the glamour of their grand ballrooms and infinity pools lies a fascinating and intricate building process. Today, we're taking you behind the scenes, into the world of shipbuilding, to uncover how giant cruise ships are constructed from start to finish. It's a process that combines cutting-edge technology, precise planning, and teamwork on an epic scale. By the time the ship sets sail, it has already gone through years of planning and assembly. Step 1. Designing and modeling. Before any steel is cut or machinery is built, it all starts on paper, or more accurately, on powerful 3D modeling software. Architects, engineers, and designers work together to create a vision for the ship. This includes every detail, from the structural layout to the placement of swimming pools, theaters, and cabins. The blueprints aren't just for aesthetics. They also ensure the ship meets strict safety regulations. Each deck is analyzed to accommodate weight distribution, stability in rough seas, and emergency evacuation protocols. Designing a cruise ship is a balancing act, blending function and luxury with the ship's primary purpose, to provide an unforgettable experience for passengers. Did you know some of the world's largest cruise ships have more than 20 decks, over 2,000 cabins, and can accommodate up to 8,000 people, including passengers and crew? That's a small city on the water. Step 2. Cutting and shaping the steel. Once the design is finalized, it's time to bring the ship to life. The process begins in the steel yard. Giant sheets of steel, each weighing several tons, are delivered to the shipyard. These are the building blocks of the ship, forming its frame and hull. Advanced laser and plasma cutting machines are used to slice through the steel with incredible precision. These machines can work for hours, cutting sheets into complex shapes and sizes needed for the ship's structure. But it's not just about cutting. The steel must also be shaped and bent into curves that match the ship's hull design. Specialized machines and hydraulic presses are used to bend the steel into the exact contours required. This is no small feat, considering the sheer size and thickness of the materials involved. Every piece of steel is inspected multiple times to ensure it meets quality standards. Even the smallest imperfection could cause issues later. Step 3. Assembling the blocks. Here's where the magic of modern shipbuilding comes in. Instead of building the ship from the ground up, it's constructed in sections known as blocks. Each block is essentially a fully functional module, complete with pre-installed piping, wiring, and ventilation systems. Think of it like assembling a giant Lego set, but each brick weighs hundreds of tons. These blocks can range from small sections to entire segments of the hull, complete with multiple decks. The blocks are built in separate workshops, which allows different teams to work on multiple parts of the ship simultaneously. This parallel process speeds up construction significantly. Once the blocks are ready, they are transported to the assembly area using enormous cranes capable of lifting hundreds of tons in one go. Watching these cranes in action is like watching a scene from a sci-fi movie. Step 4. Keel laying, the ship's berth. The keel is the backbone of the ship, running from bow to stern. Once it's laid, it marks the official start of the ship's assembly. This is such an important milestone that it's often celebrated with a ceremony. A coin or token is placed under the keel for good luck, a tradition that dates back centuries. With the keel in place, the ship begins to take shape. Workers start welding the blocks together, creating the basic structure of the hull. This process takes months and involves thousands of skilled laborers and automated welding machines working around the clock. The welding sparks flying across the shipyard are a sight to behold, a dazzling reminder of the hard work and precision involved. Step 5. Completing the hull. As the blocks are joined, the ship begins to resemble the giant vessel it will soon become. The hull is the ship's outer shell, and it must be both incredibly strong and perfectly watertight. The hull is also painted with specialized marine coatings to protect it from the harsh ocean environment. These coatings prevent rust and discourage marine organisms like barnacles from attaching to the surface. It's a painstaking process, requiring thousands of gallons of paint to cover the massive structure. Step 6. Outfitting the interiors. Once the hull is complete, it's time to transform the steel structure into a luxury cruise ship. The outfitting stage is where the magic happens. Teams of workers install everything from staircases and chandeliers to water slides and wave pools. Cabins are outfitted with beds, furniture, and entertainment systems. Restaurants and theaters are constructed, each one uniquely themed to enhance the passenger experience. One fascinating part of this process is how modular the interiors are. Prefabricated cabin units are often built off-site, fully furnished, and then installed into the ship like puzzle pieces. This not only saves time, but also ensures a consistent level of quality. Step 7. Installing engines and propulsion. No ship can move without a heart, and for a cruise ship, that heart is its propulsion system. Most modern cruise ships use advanced azimuth thrusters, which allow the ship to move in any direction, even sideways. These thrusters are powered by massive engines that can generate tens of thousands of horsepower. The engines are designed to be as efficient and environmentally friendly as possible. Many newer ships use LNG, liquefied natural gas, which burns cleaner than traditional fuels. Some even incorporate hybrid systems with battery storage for reduced emissions. Step 8. The Nerve Center. The bridge is where the ship's operations are controlled. It's equipped with state-of-the-art navigation systems, radar, and communication equipment. The captain and crew rely on these tools to safely guide the ship through various weather conditions and tight ports. What's fascinating is how automated many of these systems are. Modern cruise ships can practically steer themselves using advanced autopilot systems, though the crew is always on hand to ensure everything runs smoothly. Step 9. Testing. Before the ship can welcome passengers, it must prove itself at sea. Sea trials are rigorous tests conducted in open water to evaluate the ship's performance, safety systems, and seaworthiness. During these trials, the ship is pushed to its limits. Engineers test the engines, steering systems, lifeboats, and even the ship's ability to handle emergency situations. It's the ultimate quality control check before the ship is handed over to its owners. Step 10. The finishing touches. After passing sea trials, the ship returns to the shipyard for final touches. This includes stocking the kitchens with food, filling the swimming pools, and training the crew. Every detail is checked and double-checked to ensure the ship is ready for its maiden voyage. The ship's name is revealed during a grand christening ceremony, often attended by dignitaries and celebrities. A bottle of champagne is smashed against the hull, a tradition believed to bring good luck. The journey begins, and just like that, the ship is ready to set sail. What began as sheets of steel and a dream has transformed into a floating city, ready to carry passengers to exotic destinations around the globe. Behind every grand staircase, every gourmet meal, and every sunset view is the hard work and dedication of thousands of people. Next time you see a cruise ship on the horizon, remember the incredible journey it took to get there, a testament to human ingenuity and teamwork. If you enjoyed this deep dive into shipbuilding, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. We'll bring you more behind-the-scenes looks at how the world's most incredible machines are made.